Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mowers will practically build themselves. Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv and welcome back to the Kit Hoarder Stash. I got a drinking problem. I spill most of it, so that's why I'm absolutely saturated. Gotta love summertime and all the water you drink to, stay hydrated, but again, I wind up wearing most of mine. Hey, today on the stash, I'm excited about this one. The Tiki Trike. So this is number 3 of 6 in the series of those trikes that have been re-released by MPC. So we are going to dive right into this. This is going to set you back about 20 bucks or so, okay? I'm really looking forward to the, I want to say the Cobra trike. Now I can't remember what it's called, but it's got like 3 snakes for the seats. It's really cool. So the Tiki Trike, which I've been looking forward to, it's the, like I say, the next one in the series. You had the mailbox trike, you had the taco trike, which we reviewed not too long ago. So here's your box. Got that cool looking tiki there on that side, and your and some of the features that this has got, and your parts layout. We're going to dive right into this bad boy and put that back there, get it out of the way. It doesn't want to stay there. So first off, we got the body. It's kind of chopped. Gosh, I can't remember now. There was a Hot Wheel car years ago that was kind of chopped like this. Demon, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a shoot, I can't remember what it was called now, but maybe in the comments, maybe some of you will think about what I am thinking about and just can't say. But anyway, really neat looking chopped body. The seat is reclined way back, so I don't know how anybody would ride that, but anyway, here's the fuel tank, and that fuel tank looks just like the one on the mailbox trike, actually. And then here's the other plastic sprue. You got the wheel backs, you've got the frame, and that looks like the same frame as on the and the same chain and wheel backs as on the mailbox trike. Here is the chrome tree, and yeah, this is exactly the same as the one on the mailbox trike, I am sure. It's got a little Maltese cross up here on the forks, the foot pegs. It's got the spider mags, which are really neat. These are a great late 60s wheel, and actually very accurate if you're doing some of the drag racing early pro stocks of the day. So those are really neat to have. Your engine, your exhaust, the header for the exhaust, your lights, and your oil tank. It's got these really nice, soft, rubbery, wide tires. I love these things. These are Goodyear. They just say Goodyear on it. Oh, they do say Blue Streak. I love to use these all the time. Got them here on my back end of my Cougar, but the Goodyear is smaller on this than the older version, which is really good. It's more in scale, I guess is what I'm saying, which is awesome. Front wheel, and then you've got front tire, I should say, and then you've got these 3 different colored pieces of the glass, the amber, the green, and the clear. So that's going to be good for your headlights, taillights, all that other cool stuff. Here's the instructions for the Tiki Trike. Building the engine. Oh, metal axle in here. Building the forks and putting the engine in. This is just like the mailbox chopper, that part of it is. Your body's different. I love this body. This is a neat looking body though. Really neat looking. And then finally some suggestions on where you can put the decals. Now here's the coolest part of this whole project right here is the decal sheet. Check this thing out. You've got tikis with the traditional orange and yellow flames, and you got tikis with the kind of blue and green flames. Wow, you got a grass mat. This psychedelic mat, I guess that's for the top if you wanted to put it there. Diamond Dave's custom paint, gyro cycle. You got these little peace signs all over the place. Those are peace signs. That's really cool. And then this thing here that says Tiki Trike, and I am going to build the Tiki Trike. Not sure what color we're going to paint it yet. Kind of a yellowish orange, I hope. We'll see what I got in my stash here. So that's it. We're going to get building on this, and hopefully we'll have this thing done this weekend, and we'll include this on the review, because that's just a really quick review. So we're going to get started on this. Stick with us. So I tried something a little new and different this time. I took some of this Krylon Fusion, which is supposed to be really good adhering to plastic and resin and things like that, and I tried this as my base primer. And I went ahead and sprayed all of the trees that were just bare plastic with this semi-gloss white primer. And then I started to assemble, and there were a lot of gaps in this thing. I had to use quite a bit of putty. I used the Squadron White, and I add a little bit of the Mr. Color Thinner to that to thin it out, make it more pliable to apply. Anyway, so I put that on. You can see some of the areas I had to put that on because I just couldn't get rid of the gap, which really surprised me on this kit. But anyway, then I got that sanded and smoothed out, and yeah, you can see here I had to reapply, but eventually I got it smooth, and I was okay with where it was, although there's still a little bit of gap in the back, and I finally just said to heck with it. I was done. I just couldn't get rid of it easily. So it is what it is, and you'll see it here in a minute. So for the base coat, I went ahead and used this Floquil Brass, railroad color that I have. I decided to give it a nice gold or brass undercoat, and this is what I decided to use for it. I sprayed the entire, the frame, the gas tank, everything with this one color. And you can see how it turned out here on the frame. Now, one thing I did do is I forgot to mention the gas tank and the frame. I did paint those with a semi-gloss black first, because I wanted just a little bit of a tonal variation between the body and the frame, and you'll see how that turned out later on. Like I said, the gas tank, we went ahead and sprayed that. Unfortunately, there was a couple of areas that got a little bit dinged. I had to go back, sand it, and respray it. So for such an easy project, I had to do a lot more work than normally I would. But for the once I got everything primed with this, or undercoated with the gold, I went ahead and I used the Model Master Turn Signal Amber. Now this is in their custom lacquer system, so this is an enamel paint, or lacquer paint, however you want to qualify it, but I thin everything that is a oil base with lacquer thinner anyway. So I went ahead and gave it a couple of light coats and then a couple of heavier coats, and you can see how this turned out here on the body. And then I went ahead and gave it a little bit of a polishing with a 2400 polishing pad, just to kind of knock any rough edges off, and you can see a little bit of roughness there on the top. But once I had all of that taken care of and got the base color, I top coated everything with the Future Floor Care with Pledge, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called this week because they change their name all the dang time, but it's Future. Okay, I just covered everything with Future, gave it a nice beautiful shine, and I let that dry. Now my decals are going to adhere very well. And here's the results. The tires that I told you about that I like so much, I think they fit perfect in there. The decals that I decided to go with, they had a kind of a thinner Tiki, a taller Tiki, which you see here on the fenders, and then the kind of a fatter, squattier, bigger smile Tiki that I put on the very top. There was other options as well. That's the one thing about this decal sheet, many options. So I just kind of did my own thing. And you can see that I used the green tinted windows or back window. And I also decided to use that for the front headlights here. Thought it would just kind of be a fun thing. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and join us again next week for some craziness. Thanks, folks.